Yeah, and that's obviously a really important question for a lot of people looking to join a new team or a new company. What's the gauntlet that you're going to have to run? Um, but Copperleaf, when we were in person, we'd try and get it all done in one big swing. So it'd be like a 3 hour back-to-back workshop, meet the team, whiteboarding challenge. Um, as we've all shifted remote, we've tried to be mindful of the impact on people and teams. So we're trying to make it a little bit more concise, trying to break it up into a couple different batches. So the moment your application uh, hits the inbox, I guess, it gets queued up in the hiring manager's to-do list to go through and one, look at your CV to see if you have the requirements for the role. So it might be years of experience or background. Most importantly, it's going to be having a look at your portfolio. So the hiring manager will go through your case studies, see whether or not you have the relevant experience for the role in our team, and then go through your CV and just make sure that things look in order. Then they'd pass that over to our partners over in EX, or Employee Experience HR, so our internal recruiters, and they'd reach out to do the usual conversations around pay expectations for you, make sure that we're aligned there. Ability to work in Canada. So while we are mostly remote now at Copperleaf and we've got a global presence, we still are only hiring product development slash design in Canada. That's mostly just for tax reasons. We don't have the facilities in place to manage the payroll globally. So we're trying to keep it simple for now, kind of see how that shifts over the next year or so. If all that's good, we'll look to schedule an in person. It's the first meet and greet with the team. It'll be an hour. It'll be a portfolio review, questions for you, questions for us. So that's where we like to hear kind of what you're looking for your new role, why you're in design, what you're kind of looking for in the future, what you need to be successful, what kind of supports you'll need to be successful. Get you to present a case study that you think is relevant. So it's really important that you have a really well put together case study that kind of goes through business needs, outcomes, why it's important that it was solved that way, any challenges or whatnot you had. If we are still all agreeing to go forward, so we'd set you up with another 2 hour session, hour and a half session, somewhere in between where you'd come back and you'd do a larger meet the team. So we'd bring in the product manager from the technical side and the team lead from the developer side to come in and meet you as well as perhaps another designer or two. Hopefully you don't hear my newborn screaming in the back, but if you do, that's Audra. She's about a month old, and she sometimes shows up in meetings for me. So that's a little bit of ad hocery for you. Um, the workshop's broken up into two pieces. Um, so we do a whiteboarding challenge at Copperleaf. We have a multitude of different types of challenges that we might pull out of our bag of tricks. So if you know a friend that's interviewed with us, it probably won't be the same challenge you get. We get you to use a tool like Mural or Miro or whatever you prefer. And we want you to create something with us. We want to see how you think. We want to see how you facilitate. We want to see what types of questions you ask, how you solve problems. So really, it's pretty similar to any design whiteboarding challenge for UX or product. We really just are trying to see if we think you have the toolkit that will enable you to be successful within our complex domain. Then just more questions. Talk to us, ask us questions when it's like to work at Copperleaf. We can ask you why you're coming. The other folks that hadn't met you yet would have the opportunity to meet, ask questions. At that point, we're just kind of iron out as much. Like, I don't like to say culture fit, but like whether or not you think you can work with us and whether or not they think that you can work with them. It's really all we're looking for. Culture is really important for successful product teams, but it's not necessarily culture focused. It's just collaborative. Like, can you collaborate with these people within that environment? That would be it. If you are check boxes on that, we fire a request for resources or references rather. We check them. If those are positive, you should expect an offer letter from Copperleaf within the day or two after references are done, unless for whatever reason, maybe we have a multitude of people on that same stage, it might take a little bit longer for us to make a decision on our end. But in Vancouver, thus far, that hasn't been happening too often because the market's a little dry right now. So